Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy, I Sleep Too Late, and in this video, I'm going to be showcasing Latios from Gen 4. This is a Latios with the adaptability ability, which is kind of neat because we can do a lot of cool things with it. Let's go ahead and Arrow Blast here. So adaptability, unfortunately, is like the only really good ability in Gen 4 that a special attacker can have. The cool thing, though, with the way I have everything set up is I actually was able to allow Soldu to be legal in this battle tower. So we get to abuse the Latios Soldu mechanic. And with adaptability, we get a boost from our stab moves, which is kind of neat because, especially something super effective like Psychic, we're going to be able to do a lot of damage. And we only really should be considering these other options like Arrow Blast if something is super effective. But even in this situation, like I would still use Psychic, right? Because that's also super effective. So basically, adaptability, in case you don't know what it does, is instead of getting a 50% boost in your stab, stab stands for same type attack bonus, you get a 2 times boost. So basically doubles your power. And it seems to be the only really good. I mean, I was looking through all the abilities, and this is probably the one that makes the most sense on a special attacker, honestly. In Gen 5, you get like Contrary, which is also really good. And obviously in Gen 6, you get Parental Bond. Gen 7, because Parental Bond is nerfed, you have to use things like Protean. But, adaptability is still a really strong ability. Let's go ahead and use Aura Sphere here. I mean, having Soul Do is also kind of insane. It's basically a choice specs without the choice and an assault vest at the same time. Ooh, return. Okay, well, this shouldn't do too much to me. It did do a number, but I'm surprised Lopunny survived Aura Sphere from Latios. I guess it's because it wasn't like boosted at all. I didn't realize Lopunny was defensive. Not defensive, but Alright, let's go ahead and use. I think Aeroblast would be super effective against it, right? Let's try this out. I think it's super effective. I don't know if ground resists flying. I don't think it does. But yeah, unfortunately in Gen 4, Aeroblast is like kind of the best flying type move. One of the top moves for special attackers, honestly, is like Spacial Rend, Aeroblast, things like that. Okay, this Latios is insane. Just able to basically 2 KO most things. And anything that isn't a 2 KO is probably going to be a 1 KO like the Psychic. Ooh, is this a papaya berry? A payapa berry. Interesting, payapa. Wow, Nidoqueen is bulky. Aerial Ace is a little bit annoying, but didn't do too much damage. Remember that I think Aerial Ace is... Wait, is that a special attack? I think Aerial Ace might be special. No, I think it's still physical. I think it was always physical. What am I thinking of? I don't know what I'm thinking of. I think there... I keep thinking... Maybe I'm thinking of a Chatter or something? I honestly have no idea. I always thought that there was a flying special attacking move that wasn't Aeroblast, that was like more common, that was like 100 base accuracy or 60 base power, 100 accuracy. Not wing attack. I don't know what I'm thinking of, honestly. Porygon 2 is going to be annoying, but I think we can still fashion this with like Aura Sphere. Let's see how good Aura Sphere does. Oh gosh, this thing is so bulky. And Ice Beam, really? Okay, well, we do have the Soldu, which makes things a little bit more... I mean, we survived, so... Alright, let's use Spacial Rend here. This actually is the time to use Spacial Rend because we get a stab and it actually hurts more than Psychic. Oh yeah, that we had no problem there. Alright, let's use Psychic. This should be an easy KO. We also have to be careful because I think Machamp has no guard in this gen. So that was probably a no guard Machamp. Which actually means that we probably could have used Aeroblast, because one thing that people forget about is that no guard I think goes both ways, where like your opponent also will never miss. Alright, let's go for Alligator. I don't think we have a good move against this other than like Spacial Rend. So let's just use Spacial Rend. I love the animation on that. Looks really cool. Wow, that did so much work. Shadow Claw, oof. That did a lot of damage. Alright, let's use Psychic, because that has 100% accuracy. Probably could have used Aura Sphere, honestly, but... Alright, this time we will use Psychic. And this is basically guarantees a 1-hit KO. Latios is really strong. This video is going a lot more smooth than the Arceus video. Alakazam, huh? I think we're gonna have to go Spacial Rend here. Looks so cool, that animation. Alright, easy dubs. Because one thing you have to... I often forget that Alakazam has really bad defenses. It actually had pretty decent special defense in Gen 1, because in Gen 1 it was just one special stat. So its special defense in Gen 1 was 135. But yeah, we are powering through this like there is no tomorrow. Gonna go with Bronzong. Alright, well, we don't have any fire moves. Dragon, Psychic. Wow, so we actually... The only thing that is good against this thing is Aura Sphere? That's not good. Bronzong's pretty good defensively, too. It's like... kind of a very good wall. Iron Head is also a good move. That did almost as much damage as the Aura Sphere. Wow, and we have Soul Dew, so Aura Sphere should do like way more than that in my opinion. But whatever. This is gonna be a 4-hit KO to a Bronzong. It's gonna take 4 turns for Aura Sphere to do the work. This thing better not have Recover. I'd be so upset. Oh my goodness. Explosion? Really? I can't believe we just got. We just got. That's crazy. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna power through this with Deoxys. This is just your classic no-guard Deoxys. We'll make a video on this too. But everyone knows about no-guard Deoxys. Oh, and this is a sturdy... I'm pretty sure Rhyperior has sturdy. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. One of these Pokemon has sturdy. Maybe I'm thinking of like Geodude or something. No, I'm thinking of Aggron. Alright. We'll make this one quick. But I just can't believe we got by a Bronzong. Alright, well, that was kind of nice. We got to showcase a little bit of Deoxy's tag team there. I was gonna make a separate video on Deoxys, but obviously Deoxys is Deoxys. There really doesn't need to be any introduction to that. Okay, Latios against Slowbro. What can we do against this thing? Probably Spacial Rend? Yeah. It's not gonna win a KO the Slowbro because Slowbro is actually really good defensively. It's a pretty good special defense wall, in my opinion. Oh, a critical hit. I was wondering, like, how did that deal so much damage? If it's a critical hit, then that makes a lot more sense. I think that Slowking... I don't know if Slowking will survive a Spacial Rend. I feel like this happened before, and I don't remember what the result was. It'd be funny if this was another critical hit. No, it's not. Shadow Ball. Oof. Hopefully this doesn't do too much. That did a lot, actually. And our special defense fell. Alright. That shouldn't matter too much. Because we only have one more Pokemon to face. And hopefully it'll be an easy one. Executor, sure. So this is Grass Psychic. We're going to use Aeroblast here. Wow, Aeroblast's animation looks pretty cool. Very similar to Spacial Rend. That's a lot. Wow. Trick Room. Okay. This could get a little tricky here. Woodhammer. That's not going to do too much. The great thing about Dragon is that you resist pretty much everything. Yeah, it's just kind of funny, right? Dragon is a very good... It's weird. Dragon's also actually kind of a really good defensive typing if you think about it, because you resist like what, water, fire, grass, like you resist everything. You're weak to ice, which is a problem, and dragon, but defensively, Dragon's not bad. And that's why I think like Dialga is pretty decent. Dialga has two really good typings, Dragon and Steel. So you actually cancel out the weakness to ice with Dialga, and you're weak to fighting. Alright, well, I think I'm just going to use Spacial Rend here. We don't have a good, super effective move against fire, but Spacial Rend should still do the trick. Ah, that was really close to 1-hit KOing. I thought we were going to 1-hit KO, but I guess I was wrong. Let's just use Psychic here. We haven't missed yet on these 95 accuracy moves, which is nice. Okay, let's go with Spacial Rend. That's doing quite a number. Thunder Wave is kind of annoying, but we should still be fine here, I think. Let's just use Psychic. Ooh, Signal Beam. That's not going to be super effective, right? Does Dragon resist Bug? I guess not. I guess not. Alright, well, that Luxray was kind of an issue. Wailord, really? We should still be able to outspeed this thing, I think. So let's use Spacial Rend. Oh, wow. Amnesia, really? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to switch. We're gonna have to switch to Deoxys because this was gonna be that would take forever. We're not gonna deal with Wailord and its Amnesia. It's funny because the last video I made with Gen 4, Wailord had like double team, and it was just like the most annoying thing ever. But we are gonna KO here, which is nice. For the sake of time, I figured I'd switch into Deoxys and finish off this Wailord. All right. And I think that's going to do the video, folks. Let me see if... Okay, yeah, we're done. Whew, what a doozy. That was a tough one. I actually didn't think it went okay. So I'll say this much: the beginning of the video went a lot more smooth than I thought, but towards the end, there were a lot of opponents where Latios started struggling, and it was like, oh gosh, first you get paralyzed from Luxray, and then like you get the amnesia from the Wailord. Like, you're not going to survive that, right? So, anyway, that's going to be rough for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.